Hi guys, welcome to yet another video on Club UX. When you are new into the design field, the terms like UI, UX, UX design, UX research, all of this confuses you a lot. You get lost while trying to connect the dots that how these terms relate to each other while staying independent. Well, no worries, because in this video we are going to clear all of your doubts. Starting with understanding what is UX. UX refers to user experience. This is the term which was coined by Don Norman back in 1990s when he started to work with Apple. User experience refers to the experience that a user gets by interacting with a product or a service. Now let's try to understand by taking an example. Here I have my TV remote. Whenever I try to use my remote in order to change a TV setting, then performing the task of changing the TV setting is in itself is a task. There are so many buttons and I get totally confused. I often have to ask someone to help me out, and in fact even the other person gets confused. Here I have my Alexa remote. It has got a minimalist design and I am able to perform my task without any trouble. So while I as a user has a bad and frustrating experience while using a TV remote, I as a user has a good experience when I interact with my Alexa remote. Now let's take another example. Let's suppose that you plan to watch a movie. You went to a nearby movie theater. You went to the ticket counter to purchase the ticket. Now, how did the guy at the movie counter treated you? Was he good or was he rude? You went inside to purchase some popcorn. How did the guy treated you when you asked for some extra butter? Was he like, okay, here is your extra butter, or was he like, this is how much you paid for, this is how much you get? Now let's move ahead that you went inside the hall. How was the sitting arrangement? Was it comfortable? How was the room temperature? Was it comfortable? How was the sound? Was it too loud or was soft? So you see, the entire experience that you get when you went to watch a movie at a movie theater, the entire experience encompasses the user experience that in this case you have in respect to the movie theater. So let's repeat again. User experience is the experience that you get while interacting with a product or a service or a website, say Amazon, or an application, say Uber. And user experience design is designing a product or a service or a website or an application so that it is easy to use, useful and delightful to interact with. Well, when you design a product, you cannot just go ahead and design it. You first of all have to understand, is there any market need? Well, the user need it or not? Does this particular product solve the user problem? And how do you find it? By conducting user research. User research or user experience research is the systematic investigation of user and their requirements. It is about understanding and finding out user needs, pain point, challenges and motivations. And a user experience research is somebody who conducts the user research and presents the findings with the help of various mathematical and statistical tools as well as visualization tools. Visualization tools are like empathy maps, persona and so on. Well, you need to have certain kind of skills in order to become a good UX researcher. Empathy skills, communication skills, understanding of UX research skills, to name a few. Well, after the UX research is carried out, here comes the UX designer. A UX designer sits with the UX researcher in order to understand what are the key findings, and then they follow a UX design process which starts from understanding what are the major problems the user has, conducting brainstorming sessions with the stakeholders and coming up with solutions, then creating prototype on the solutions and iterating the prototypes unless and until they come up with the solution which is something loved by the user. Now here it is important to understand that while in bigger companies, the role of a UX designer and UX researcher is separate, however, in smaller organizations and startups, UX research is carried out by the UX designer itself. So to sum up, the job of a UX designer is to create product and services which ultimately leads to an astounding user experience. Clear? Now let's move ahead and understand what is UI. UI refers to user interface. User interface is the point of interaction between the user and the digital product. For example, when you interact with the interface of Uber application, or when you go to your nearby mall and interact with the digital kiosk. Or let's suppose you have a digital microwave with a touch screen. This is the user interface. And user interface design is designing the look and feel of the digital product. And a user interface designer is somebody who designs this look and feel with the help of various user interface elements, make use of different kind of typographies, colors and more. It's very important that we understand here is that while user interface is only specific to digital products, however, user experience is a holistic experience that you get by interacting with any product, be it digital or physical, or any kind of application or a website or a service. For example, we took the example of going to a movie theater. It's very common to see that people use the term UX and UI interchangeably. That's not the case. UX and UI are the terms that are as different as chalk and cheese, however, at the same time are interdependent on each other. While user experience design talks about making a product useful, user interface design is about making that useful product beautiful. Again, while in bigger organizations, the job of a UX designer, UX researcher and a user interface designer will be different, in smaller organizations, most of the times, these jobs are performed by the same person. So guys, I hope that in this video, all these terms are now clear to you. We already have separate videos where we have covered each and every topic in detail. Do check out those videos as well. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more videos, and do make sure that you check out our website yukti.io and you will find a lot of articles to learn from.